have the pleasure of, Hi everybody. I have the pleasure of having next to me my two great colleagues, Alison and Ragged.
Hi, everyone. Nice to meet you. My name is Alison Kolstutz. I work in the Student Affairs Department alongside Maria and Ragad. Ragad, do you want to introduce yourself?
Oh, hi, everybody. I'm Ragged, and I'm the internship officer here at Richmond, working alongside Maria and Alison.
All right. Well, we thought we'd start by telling you a little bit about Richmond American University in London, because chances are you probably have never heard of us. We are a relatively young institution. We opened in 1972, and that picture in the middle of the screen is our first campus, which was in Richmond, Richmond upon Thames in London. Our chancellor, Sir Cyril Taylor, originally founded Richmond really as a study abroad institution for international students, mainly US students coming to the UK. And the idea was that in studying abroad, that students would get a better understanding of the world instead of a simple closed book of staying in their own space. At Richmond, in the early years, students studied Associates of Arts degrees. But now in 2025, we are at a modern campus where we have 22 undergraduate degrees, Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Sciences, and 10 postgraduate degrees, Master of Arts, Master of Science, and MBA courses. Really, liberal arts for us is about a number of things. And I know as US institutions, many of you will know these already, but it is about cross-disciplinary inquiry. So being able to look at things, particularly look at different subject areas and bring those together, often search for patterns and better understand how the world is linked. At Richmond, we really have a focus on applied transferable skills. So I think in the past, and particularly in the news, I'm sure you have all heard that liberal arts study has been called a bit esoteric, that it is often considered a luxury for students who can afford to take such broad-based degrees. But I think in its modern form, liberal arts really is about translating transferable skills like critical thinking, like problem solving, exploration, investigation, data analysis, all those sorts of skills that our employers tell us they want their employees to have into real world careers. So one of the areas that we are really concerned about at Richmond, as part of our mission, vision, and values, is a concern for social justice and an understanding of the environmental effects of decisions, economic sustainability. And we talk a lot to students about responsibilities, because we feel that as they start to grow and develop themselves and prepare themselves for careers of the future, they're also preparing themselves to take on the challenges of a sometimes quite difficult world. As far as training, we do hope that students will invest in themselves and start to think about lifelong learning. And, you know, as you said in the introduction, Maria's passion is definitely about lifelong learning. I think we all have a little piece of that, where we hope that as students start to study at university, they become really intrigued and they become curious and interested in finding out things about themselves and about their place in the world or ways that they can support others. So we do hope to instill within liberal arts study and within our career services that love of lifelong learning. I'm going to turn over to Maria.
So for us, liberal arts are not just studying for the sake of learning, but it is preparing students for action and reflection, and preparing them to challenge orthodoxies, the way they think and speak about the world, and speaking their mind. And if one looks at what liberal arts try to install to people, we can see that they are very close to the employability skills. So preparing someone for communication, reading, writing, presenting, and helping others with care, leadership, leading oneself, managing one's time, and also leading others. It's about positivity, this can-do attitude, being calm and looking for answers, flexibility, whether it is working with others or with situations, getting out of your comfort zone, and problem solving, researching a problem and setting questions to see the bigger picture. And career services do exactly that. They give all students, the best chance for success. But we believe that career services do more than that. They support students develop a sense of identity and purpose. And therefore, one of the first things that students need to understand is answer the question, who am I? What are my values? What do I want to achieve in life? How my characteristics suits the jobs around, and what's the best fit? And what can I do with the degree that I want to pursue? But as I said, to do that, you have to be able to navigate change and develop new identities and new ways of knowing things and positioning oneself in the world. And all students have a hard time at the beginning as they try to adapt in a different academic environment, social and emotional changes that higher education brings. That is specifically true for international students, and we have a large body of international students who have to adapt to the UK culture, to the UK business culture, and understand what business and industry involves. And therefore, it is very important for students to develop essential skills. Now, we have so many changes around us, and I was listening to presenters before us talking about ChatGPT and AI. And AI is a fantastic opportunity, but also a concerning one, because there are so many tools nowadays that make our work smarter and more efficient. In an interview a few weeks ago, Bill Gates said that we still rely on human specialists in many fields, and that we can say we have a great doctor or a great teacher. But he predicts that over the next decade, AI will replace many of them. And according to what he said, we will not need the doctors and teachers so much, as the AI will be better tutors and will make better medical decisions for us. However, we believe that the career services need to prepare students to gain critical insights into these changing networks, institutions, technologies, and working practices. And we firmly believe that competitive advantages for anybody in the marketplace is to be more empathetic, connected, passionate, flexible, and resilient. And that's what we want to prepare our students to be career ready. And one of the ways that we are really passionate of preparing our students with is helping them feel part of the communities. And that's why we have the Richmond Leadership Academy and different awards that prepare students to be campus contributors, to be part of the campus, communicate with others, build their small communities. We want them then to proceed to the next level, the silver one, where they are community members and they celebrate their achievements on how they can make their environment better. And then the next step, the gold level, where they can see themselves as a citizen, as a force that can make things happen, whether this is in the wider community or in their industry. And then as leaders in the platinum level, how through leadership roles they can initiate changes. And now our colleague Ragat is going to continue.
Thank you. To continue on what Maria was saying about the liberal art core and what we offer here at Richmond, besides the Leadership Academy, the purpose of us doing the career services is to help students facilitate their full potential during and after graduation. This is something not only coming to university is not only about academic, it's not only about studying, it's about integrating into the university life and doing more things around campus. That's why in addition to the Leadership Academy, we have a list of clubs and societies. So this is like extracurricular activities that students can do. And this is another thing that the liberal art encourages students to go out there and integrate with their societies and within their community. This, with students joining different activities and the Leadership Academy, it helps build their skills, such as their communication, teamwork skills, and working under pressure. And this is something that is always sought after in the job market in general. Employers are always looking for people who are, as Maria had said, resilient, who have empathy and self-management, and so on and so forth. Now, UNICEF describes 4 dimensions of transferable skills that are cognitive, instrumental, personal, and social. In each one of them, students not only do they learn this in class, but also during their time when they join these extracurricular and doing activities by volunteering or doing the internship. The internship, aside from career services, there we also have an internship program that students can do as part of their academic plan, so they gain credits in addition to their learning. They do an internship as well. We also have alumni mentorship. A lot of our alums come back and would like to help our students. For example, this summer we connected with an alum, thanks to Alison, and one of our students is now doing an internship with an alum who's helping her foster her skills that she learned in class in around university, implemented into an actual real life experience. In addition to career services, we also focus on you can move to the next on different activities around campus. So such as, Maria, you can help me with this. We do Career Cafe, where we invite students to come in and show us their CV if they have any questions about volunteering, internships, or just in general, if us as a team have an opening. For student workers, this is where they come in and ask us to help develop their CV, cover letter, and so on and so forth. This obviously helps them build their confidence and contribute to within their own community. And I suppose you can brush on more about the Leadership Academy and what they can do with these
Yes,
as a citizen.
absolutely. We firmly believe in volunteering in community service, and this is a very good bridge for students, especially for international students who want to gain experience, to gain confidence, to understand the UK culture. And it is a very good practice to start working with others to succeed the goal. We believe that with liberal arts and career services, the meaning of it all is for people not just to learn, to live well together. So we don't just prepare them to earn their living, but for living well with other people. And we have a few pictures here of different kind of activities, whether these could be financial literacy or working with our athlete students in Leeds, or volunteering in different sectors and gaining experience through internships or the career services fairs. As I said, we believe that people can become better when they have a mission outside themselves. Thank you very much.